Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia. In the last episode when we left off, we actually got started here in the Almia, I think it's just the Almia region, right? And in this episode we're actually going to have some difficulty capturing a Pichu. One thing that I should point out is that you actually can tell what attack a Pokemon is going to do, if you know their patterns, based on the amount of exclamation marks above the head before they use the attack. So there is a little bit of a tell there. This game actually, the gameplay is a lot deeper than you would think it is initially. So I'm just going around capturing a couple Pokemon because I don't know who's going to be needed. I think Pichu has a healing ability. I think that is a electric type thing here because we use a mechanical device to capture the Pokemon. I think that's how that works. So that'll be good to have, and we have a field move tackle. So let's actually take a look real quickly at what we have in the team, which I think we can do through browser is like our Pokedex. Okay, so Pichu is recharged, as you can see. The other two we don't really care about too much right now. I don't know where we're going. I'm gonna be real with you. I have no idea where we're going, but I already have a Taylor, I already have a Pichu, so I don't really need another one of either of those, and I think I have everything I can get at this point in the game, in this area. Are we gonna... East of the schoolyard, south of the schoolyard, but there was nothing there. There was nothing there. Oh. Wrong staircase. Fair enough. And I'm getting a little bit more used to these controls. It's still going to be a little bit troubling, but that's going to be the difficulty mechanic in this Let's Play. Usually we do Nuzlocke. Obviously you can't Nuzlocke Pokemon Ranger. Maybe you can. How would that work? No, I don't think you can. I'm really like thinking about how that would work. I don't think you can Nuzlocke Pokemon Ranger in any way. I don't think you could make that work. But the difficulty, like the handicap here, is not going to be an artificial challenge. It's going to be the game controls because I'm playing this on an emulator. I could have been playing it on my 3DS capture cards. I just realized now. But that would also involve me looking where my cartridge is for Shadows of Almia, which surely is somewhere. But I can't be bothered looking for it. I know I own it, because I've played it before. Years ago. I probably like lost it at some point. I don't know where, but I am fairly certain that I definitely lost it. You're not sleepy yet, are you? Come over here. I mean, I don't know why I'm reading dialogue. Again, I said I wasn't going to be reading dialogue, and here I am, reading goddamn dialogue. Oh! Okay, now I remember something. I think we're doing like an initiation challenge. We have to go into the basement where we're not allowed to go, and that's where we actually start like seeing some of the evil team action, right? That's how this works? If that's actually correct, I'm going to give myself a Nobel Prize for gameplay memory. All four stylus. What do we need to do for that? There's something there. It's a fucking Bidoof. I captured like 4 of those last episode. You're supposed to be scaring me. That's how this works. I'm new here. And you scared a new guy. You don't scare yourself, you silly. Oh yeah, just like I said last episode, Bidoof's pretty easy to capture because they don't really have an attacking move. The only thing they have is tackle, which, again, is just kind of like vibrating in place a little and hoping that you're stupid enough to run your own line into them. I'm guessing, since we need to get 4 stylus, we need to go into each classroom. That would make the most amount of sense. I don't know what's up with the spooky music though. Maybe it's supposed to be kind of, yeah, it's creepy because it's at night and we're out when we're not allowed to be out, and wasn't here during the daytime? The boxes. Obviously. But which box? Are you really gonna, like, do me that tedious that I have to break... There we go. That I have to break all the boxes until I find the right one, because that would be... frankly, kind of stupid. But we found a styler. Stylus? I think it's called a styler. Which is like a word based on the word stylus. Hey, that's Zuba and another styler. So what's the... let's go fight a Zuba because we haven't done that yet. I'm probably not going to go out of my way to go capture every Pokemon, but if we run into a Pokemon we haven't seen before, obviously I'm going to like go to it to see what it's like, what its moves are, and like if it has a fun little gimmick to it. Because some Pokemon do. Some Pokemon have gimmicks. But also some Pokemon that are really like, you have to go out of your way to find them. And we're just kind of not going to do that. So this is the second styler. And we have two more. I wonder where they are. I mean, like 2 minutes ago, I had no idea. And just wait and see. Wait and see. It's not going to be in all 4 classrooms. Of course it is. They're not even that well hidden. Actually, I can't see the one. The styler we hit here doesn't stay still, you understand? Oh, it's on the Pichu. Pichu holds it. Pichu, get the fuck back here. Pichu, I need you in my life. Pichu! Pichu! Pichu. If you run away inside this file as well, because sometimes Pokemon can, I'm pretty sure. There we go. See, as I level up, it becomes easier to capture these Pokemon as well, because I am like dealing more quote-unquote damage to them. So it becomes easier to capture them, and I capture them more quickly. And I might actually like do a little bit of off-screen grinding between episodes sometimes to make it a little bit easier on myself, because I'm likely gonna need that. Just a little bit more HP for when I fuck up, because inevitably I'm gonna fuck up, and at the same time dealing more damage. I need to go back and get a Bidoof. It's not that difficult. It's fairly obvious. They start you off by saying, oh, there's a Bidoof there. And the tutorial even showed you that Bidoof can break crates, so... maybe... I don't know, you see, this would have been a good moment for the first box to be broken by your companion, who caught the Bidoof when you ran into it, and then you have to get the second Bidoof and break the second crate yourself. From a game design perspective, I think that would have made a lot more sense than this, which is a little bit tedious, because now I caught a Bidoof, showing that I can do it. I have to crush, and then I have to get the second Bidoof, which is just really awkwardly placed in there. Which it can still be awkwardly placed in there, but not having to do the same thing twice, literally back to back, would probably be an improvement to the game, is all I'm saying. But that's kind of subjective, I'll admit, that is kind of subjective. It's not necessarily always true that one thing or another works or doesn't work. And as negative as I've been about like the tutorials of this game, and the game does drag a little bit in the beginning here. I'll be very honest about that. I do like this game. I like this game a lot. I don't know where I place it on my top 10 Pokemon games list. Not the one that has so many views, but the one that has like less views, where I combine main series and spin-off games. I think it ranked pretty highly. So I need to go get another Bidoof, is what you're saying. Because the tedium wasn't complete yet. Luckily I can just get the same Bidoof over and over and over again. And at the end of the day, it does get me experience. So I probably shouldn't be complaining too much about it. I also think, by the way, the length of your styler might improve through leveling up. I guess we're going to find out fairly soon, because we're about to level up again in like 1 or 2 more captures time. But that might also be a story-related thing, where sometimes you just get longer stylus. So I think there is a mechanic where if you hold it down in place for a couple of seconds, it becomes more powerful. And that might be what I'm thinking of. Rather than it becoming longer. I don't know for sure. Either way. You see, this is exactly why I'm playing Shadows of Almia and not the original, because in the original, this would be fucking impossible on PC. Though, with a little bit of practice, I guess it's actually not that bad. I'm guessing you need cut for these? Yeah, you need cut. I've got 2 Zubat. So I'll be fine. I technically didn't even need to catch that second Zubat. Other than the fact that it was gonna attack me either way. So I say this tutorial drags a little bit, and it's definitely going to drag a little bit, because by the time we get out of the trainer school, hey Ghastly, by the time we actually get out of the trainer school, I'm fairly certain we'll be like 3.5 episodes in. I can't capture all 4 at the same time, that's just not gonna happen. So let's focus on 1 or 2 at a time. Come on. I was trying to be fancy. I didn't need to be fancy there. Come on. Where is he? He lost all of his progress bar. Luckily, they don't really have any big attacks, which is really helpful. Okay, that's the first one. The pitch of this sound keeps increasing though, and it's kind of ridiculous if you make a lot of circles and keep on screen for a long period of time. It starts sounding really fucking weird. And that is potentially the second... No. Oh, when they teleport, they just reset anyway, which makes a lot of sense, because it's probably just like that specific instance of that object gets deleted and just like another one appears for it. It doesn't actually like change positions, it just like deletes and makes another one. Because that is a lot easier to program, I imagine. Come on! This is one of those situations where, yeah, this would probably already have been finished if I were playing this on actual hardware. And this is really, like, actually a point in favor of the game. Because this game can really only be played... This genre can really only exist on the Nintendo DS. I guess on the Wii U as well. The Switch to a certain extent. But it's not something that you can like play on PC, and I'm demonstrating that very, very well at the moment, because I'm failing horribly at playing this on PC. Actually, that one did keep his HP progress bar when he teleported, so maybe everything I just said before was just about a load of bullshit. When we're down to 2, it's probably gonna go a lot quicker, but I've had multiple times now where a Ghastly teleported on top of my line, and I do think that is kind of bullshit. Okay, we're down to 2. I'm not going to try to do any fancy multi-captures because this is hell. Come on. I mean, when I can do a circle around both, I might as well, right? Does that count as a multi-capture because I didn't lift it off the screen? I don't think it does. I think in the first Pokemon Ranger game it would have. Because the mechanics just generally work differently as well. Okay, so the power and energy only increase, so it's not the length. The length probably only increases through like the story upgrades then. Or it might not even increase at all. Or it might be Pokemon Ranger 1 kind of thing? Honestly, don't remember. Don't care too much either. So there's some story going on here. Yeah, that ghastly probably would have happened a lot quicker if I were playing on actual hardware. To Big Brother, thank you for writing and congratulations for getting into the Ranger School. I already want to get out of it. I have news for you too. Mama and Papa are talking about moving over there from Little Sis. Nobody loves you. I don't know, maybe she's a nice little sister. I've never had a little sister, I don't know. Everybody I know who has a younger sister fucking hates their sister. Though I am the younger sibling in like my family to begin with, so maybe it's not even just like having a younger sister, it's having any younger sibling. I do have older brothers. With a pretty decent like age gap as well. Like, well, I was gonna say about 10 years, but that is a little less than 10 years. But there's quite a big age gap between me and my brothers, which probably also influenced like the dynamic there a little bit. And no sisters at all. So how far are we actually into the recording? Because I probably shouldn't be recording too long. Last episode was about 25 minutes if I recall correctly, so that means that we have plenty of time left in this episode. Are we gonna go like on a field trip or something? I'd very much like to go on a field trip. I want to get out of this goddamn school. Don't we also get... Oh, we might actually get our partner Pokemon here today. It's locked. We're probably not getting our partner Pokemon here today, is what I'm learning. I think when you do go on a field trip at a certain time, and sorry for the squeaky chair, I can't help it. It's literally beyond my control. It's the chair being squeaky. At a certain point, you do go on a field trip, and there's a couple of different Pokemon there, and you can capture one of them. And unlike other Pokemon which leave after you use them, this one actually like stays with you. And I think in the original Pokemon Ranger game, your only options for powering Pokemon are Plusle and Minun, and that is based on whether you're a male or a female. I think here you actually have a choice between like 4 of them, all with different gimmicks. So we're actually going to have to like make a consideration as to what is going to be most valuable to us. And I don't know which... I think it's 4 of them. I don't know which 4 Pokemon and which 4 abilities that will be. I think one of them is a Munchlax, if I recall correctly. And one of them might still be like... I think one of them might be a Pichu. No, it probably wouldn't be a Pichu because you can just get Pichu. It probably is... It is an electric type, I feel like, though. Pachirisu? Would it be Pachirisu? It could be Pachirisu. I think it's Pachirisu. And Munchlax, and then like 2 others still, I do believe. I guess we'll figure that out soon enough, because I feel like we're about an hour into the game. It's about time to introduce the sidekick. Some time today after this dialogue. Imagine how slowly this series would go by, and especially the tutorial section, if I were reading all this dialogue. We'd probably still be... Well, we wouldn't be in episode 1, because we're 50 minutes into recording almost. But we'd still probably be in the capturing tutorial at this point, because there's just so much reading to do! And nobody really gives a crap, because these games aren't known for the story. As far as I can recall, people generally enjoy the writing, like the dialogue in this game is fairly well written, but the story itself is kind of boring and generic, which doesn't matter that much, because you're playing this for the very interesting, weird gameplay gimmick, mostly, right? I mean, that's what I'm assuming. That's what I'm playing it for. And the story is just kind of there to give you a reason to play, rather than just, throwing a bunch of Pokemon at you, one after the other, and expecting you to have fun that way. So let's actually pay attention here for a moment. Oh, there's the boat. Students, keep working at it. Let's meet again somewhere sometime. He's gonna die. He's gonna die. He's most certainly going to very much die. I don't know that. I don't remember anything here. Female student, that's your name. I remember from last episode. Female student. Yeah. Let's return to the classroom. That was the most boring ass field trip I've ever seen. Like, I know it wasn't a field trip, it was technically an outdoors class. Still, everything that happened in there, in that class, could have happened inside. Why even go outside? Don't get me wrong, I'm all for like going outside and just like getting some fresh air, and it's good for like your mental well-being and stuff like that, to like go out every so often, even if you're still doing the schoolwork. Though reading, like, it's not as bad anymore because you can read off screens. But thank you for writing. Reading about the outdoor class was really exciting. Oh, we're going to move out there. We're looking for a house now. I'm sure you're also looking. It's not just mom and dad. But reading from an actual like physical book outside when it's sunny is actually really annoying. Because the white pages reflect the sunlight a lot. And with just like a high brightness screen, you don't have that issue. Because it doesn't really reflect in the same way. But having a sheet of paper with, admittedly, I mean, there are black spots on it because that's literally what the text is. But by percentage, like probably still like 70 or so percent of the page is still very white and very reflective in your face. And you have to look in the same direction the reflection of the light is coming from, because that's also where the characters you're trying to read are. This was my high school experience every time we went to study outside. And whoever the fuck came up, if you're reading a novel, okay? If you're reading a novel, the pages aren't glossy. A lot of textbooks make their pages fucking glossy. Why? No, really, what is the benefit to it? Because it hurts the experience when reading it outside, and when reading it inside, it doesn't really provide any benefit. And I can only imagine glossy pages are more expensive than, well, non-glossy pages. So why the fuck do textbooks get made with glossy It bothers me so much. It's unreal. It bothers me more than it should, because I haven't been in high school for a long time, and in college I barely read any fucking books. Even though sometimes I was supposed to. To be fair, my college experience was like, you need to get all of these books, and then we use like about half of them 3 times during the entire like 4 years you're studying. Which wasn't ideal, because it's not as expensive as it is in America. I know that getting books in America, you can pay like thousands of dollars for your books for college. I didn't pay, because most of the books, like 95% of the books I needed, you needed to buy in your first year, and at that point my parents just bought the books for me. So those books, but they still probably cost about like 500 euros altogether. And I didn't really use any of them. And not by my choice either, necessarily. Just because the classes, like sometimes the teacher was like, read these pages before the next class, before next week, right? And then I did. And it wasn't even like, we didn't even read the entire book. We read like probably 20% of the entire book. It's okay. Anyway, that's been the episode for today. Next episode, we will be back with some more Pokemon Ranger. But until then, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you have enjoyed this video, which hopefully you have. I'll see you all back next time. Until then, I've been Vlogger, you've been awesome. I think I already said that, something like that, something about liking and subscribing. If you've made it this far into the video, probably already have, because there's an animation at the start of the video that reminds you of it and that kind of stuff, and I don't know why I'm still talking. Bye.